Another day, another great set of PlayStation 4 game deals to go over. We've got a lot of great deals to go over in this video, so let's get right into this with 8 great PlayStation 4 game deals available right now. First of all, we have The Surge, which is available for $22. The Surge was the latest game from Deck 13, and while Deck 13 isn't the most known studio in the world, those are the guys that also brought you Lords of the Fallen, and that game was a very Souls-like game, and The Surge follows a similar path. It's a very interesting game, and it has that Souls-like gameplay with a great sci-fi setting and a lot of customizability. The Surge released earlier this year, and for the original $60 base price, I would say that that was a little bit expensive, but now we're down to it being a nearly third of its original cost, and for $22 over on Amazon, The Surge is a really solid pickup. Yooka-Laylee for $15. Yooka-Laylee is a very charming platformer, and it was developed by Playtonic Games. Once again, not the most well-known studio in the world, but the studio is actually comprised of developers that worked on great 90s platformers. Yooka-Laylee is very similar in the sense that it's a charming platformer with those mascot-centric characters of Yuka and Laylee. It's not perfect, but it's a very nostalgic game, and now that it's down to just $15 on Amazon, it's a great pickup. Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition for $30. Now yes, Fallout 4 is a game that's 2 years old at this point, but the Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition includes the base game as well as all of the DLC content, and that is a lot of content that'll keep you busy for many hours. Fallout 4 was arguably the most anticipated game of this generation, and with the hype that it had, it's very hard to live up to it. Many would say it was a little bit of a disappointment, but you're still gonna find a lot of fun to be had in Fallout 4. The world of Commonwealth is so vast and there's so much to do, so much versatile gameplay, and for $30 on NewEgg you get the base game as well as all of the DLC. It is a great deal.
We will be saving humankind from its worst enemy, itself.
So where is it, huh? This institute. How do I get there?
Haven't you been paying attention? You don't find the Institute. The Institute finds you.
Dying Light the Following Enhanced Edition for $21. Dying Light was one of the fantastic PlayStation 4 games released earlier on in this generation. A lot of you guys, if you picked up your PS4 recently, may not even know this game exists, and that's unfortunate because it is a fantastic survival horror game with some great parkour elements, amazing visuals, and a solid amount of content. The Following Enhanced Edition also gets you the DLC content, and for $21 on PSN, still a little bit pricey, but for the quality of the game that Dying Light is, it's very much worth it. Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition for $8. So Middle-earth Shadow of War just released, but obviously that is still a full-price $60 game. If you want the cheaper experience, the first game, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition, is also a great game. It's got some great gameplay reminiscent of something like Batman Arkham. It's very fast, it's very fluid, and very satisfying. The storytelling is very good, and you've got a good amount of content in this game as well. For just $8 on PSN, it's a solid pickup. Mad Max for $5. Mad Max was another game that was released earlier on in this generation, and it had the unfortunate fate of being released on the same day as Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, you can figure out what game most gamers flock towards, but Mad Max was a pretty good game. It's an open world game set in a barren desert, and it is very barren as the setting would suggest. But in Mad Max, you've also got some really good gameplay, once again kind of reminiscent of Batman Arkham. You've got a good amount of content, and visually and its technical performance, it's top notch. Even running on the base PlayStation 4, this game just runs super smooth, and for just $5 on PSN, it's a solid pickup.
In addition, you will need to equip yourself with armor and weapons in order to stand a chance against your enemies. As you progress, you will also need to upgrade your gear and abilities to survive against the brutal forces of the wasteland.
Griffer can help. Help you venture down to where you daren't go yourself. And lay bare your true promise.
While ammunition can be exceedingly scarce, there are plenty of other weapons at your disposal that can prove—
Gauntlet Slayer Edition for $5. Gauntlet is a 4-player co-op action game, and it returns in a completely new experience with Gauntlet Slayer Edition. You fight endless hordes of enemies as you and a couple of friends fight for treasure and glory by both local and online multiplayer. A lot of games are foregoing local multiplayer these days, so the fact that Gauntlet includes it is definitely a nice addition. This is a game that you're gonna get the most out of playing with a couple of friends, so if you're trying to get into this game solo, yeah, you can have some fun, but it's not as good as it can be having a couple of buddies that you know playing it with you. For just $5, it is a really solid cooperative experience.
The Valkyrie, the Elf, a band of heroes on the ultimate quest, now featuring all new abilities and customizations, visual and gameplay upgrades, and endless mode for the most demanding adventure seekers. So gather your friends to claim your glory. And don't forget to eat.
And finally, Mortal Kombat XL for $12. Mortal Kombat X was a great fighting game, and Mortal Kombat XL includes the main game and the new playable characters in Alien, Leatherface, Triborg, and Bo-Rai Cho. Previously released playable characters including Predator, Jason, Tremor, Tanya, and Goro are also included, and it has a new skins pack. Essentially, it's the game of the year, or the complete experience of Mortal Kombat X. For just $12, if you have not gotten into Mortal Kombat X yet and you want to check it out, this is by far the best way to do so, and it's at a great price over on PSN. So that wraps up 8 awesome PS4 game deals available right now. Let us know in the comments section down below, what are you picking up? Thank you for watching, and goodbye.